Gentlemen, for this cabinet meeting, Major George Windhover of the Australian Aerospace Strike Force will be accompanying us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My honor.
Good afternoon, Australian friends. We fear that an invasion may be coming soon.
That's right. They call themselves the Coalition Nations.
Why have negotiations failed amongst a time like this?
I must ask, were we intimidated by our neighbors?
What makes you say that?
There are more troops present on their side of the border. Russians are supporting them. China is supporting them. They waged war on the rebels there and decimated them with their filthy bombs. We will make it a priority to intervene, but the government is torn between the threat of retaliation and the fear that we will be next anyway. I propose we talk
This is
first.
madness.
We must defend ourselves.
There will be order in this cabinet.
I see. With all due respect, Prime Minister, it didn't stop your forces allying with New Zealand and retaking much of our far north in the last war, did it?
No, it did not. We still honor the sacrifice of those soldiers.
As someone who led the charge into that cape, I demand that everyone remember it.
We have been providing additional security with the Aerospace Strike Force long after ISAF's PNG security contract expired. We do not intend to stop now. We've made it clear to Jakarta and the rest of the coalition that any attempts to annex PNG will be met with strong force.
With your unmanned bombers and cutting-edge fighter jets, you have been most helpful in crushing terrorism in our nation.
That's right, Defense Minister. What about your own force, though?
The arrows have been most upgraded. We have a reasonable strike capability and an aerial warship of our own, at no expense of the PNG budget.
It seems as though the pirates have backed off from PNG's coast. We have noticed an increase of alterations with weapon smuggling.
Well, I have no comment at this time.
Very well.
My government is requesting your support against the threat of invasion.
That we can arrange.
And once that is taken care of, we can dedicate resources to defending you.
So did you guys bring me out all the way for just a meeting?
Do not worry, Major.
I mean, there were a few arguments, so everything's normal there.
Once we finish talking with the defense minister here, you'll be on your way shortly.
Good to know. Good to know.
Vern, Horatio,
Windhover, what's up?
going back on the Canberra Express. The meeting ended a few hours ago.
What's happening? Have you spoken with PM Dodgy Guy yet?
Very amusing. Seems that once APEC ends, the coalition will want to kick the gate open. With a number of troops present on the other side of the border, things are pretty high-strung.
Well, it's a good thing we have that satellite watching over, but it'll likely be a priority target. We'll try to arrange for space-side defense.
It must be Project 9 pulling their strings again.
I'll be sure to chat with our PNG friends after this. See what's going on there. So, does this mean we're going for another sky voyage?
Looks like it. Sky Kid, are you there?
Windhover, is that you? Haven't spoken to you for a while.
What's going on for your squadron?
Exactly what you would expect. We are raising the alert. We'll be watching the APEC Summit, and if something bad happens, we'll escort the bombers in and pound those invaders away.
Good to know.
No problem. In a few hours, we'll be conducting a patrol. We'll keep you posted.
Duty officer, get me access to Captain Raina Carvina of the Arrows of New Guinea.
Yes, Captain Horatio.
Carvina, are you there? Horatio, how nice to see you, old friend. How are you doing? What's the Aerospace Strike Force up to? We'll be having the satellite and the new Kingfisher up and running soon, but it'll be a priority target for the enemy, I'm sure. We're going to arrange for Starside defense. Good to know. Thanks a lot. I'm afraid I have to go now, but good luck on the front line, if it comes. Not to worry, Ibis. We did pretty well on the Strelkin side, and we're doing even better on this one. See you in battle. seems rather quiet tonight.
What makes you say that this night?
Well, there's been a large amount of forces entering Jayapura. The most recent shipment was this morning, and so far, they're not really doing much outside of the usual patrols.
Pretty sure the rebels would be crushed by now.
Oh, they are. After this horrible campaign, Indonesia might be ready to declare victory soon.
Pretty sure they have a few days ago.
After that petition to the UN fiasco, West Papua is now theirs. This time, for good. At least that's my verdict.
Indeed.
And this nation could be next. Good thing we came when we did. We are friends of all, enemies to none. So began the 2018 APEC Summit in the PNG capital of Port Moresby. While a bidding game has started between Australia, China and the US for the influence in the region, the Pacific nation itself, according to PNG's Foreign Minister Rimbing Belhevi, was open for cooperation with all major superpowers, including Russia. As Papua New Guinea hosted some of the world's most powerful leaders for the APEC Summit this week, Australia's close defence ties with its Pacific neighbours was to be on show. Australia had stationed 1,500 defence personnel in Port Moresby to assist with summit security. Fighter jets and patrol boats have also been supplied to ensure maritime and airspace security. The move is seen as part of Australia's pivot to the Pacific amid China's growing influence in the region. The Asia-Pacific region has some of the most dynamic and promising economies. That's according to the President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, during his address at the APEC CEO Summit. He said that the APEC region is currently recognized as a key vehicle for global economic growth, and that economies in the region have a promising future if guided by the right policies. Welcoming the growing attention the world is paying to the Pacific Ocean, Rimbing Belhevi urged the international community to ensure that the ocean becomes a zone of cooperation, of stability and security, of pristine beauty and prosperity, and expressed his hope that it lives up to the name, the Ocean of Peace. In one moment that we drew particular attention to, the US said it will join Australia in developing a naval base in Papua New Guinea, in an apparent move to curb China's growing influence. Vice President Walter Foss said the three countries would work together on the facility on Manus Island. Australia announced last month that it would work with PNG to develop the island's Lombrom naval base. Mr. Foss made the announcement on the sidelines of the APEC Summit. Mr. Foss, however, appeared to throw down the gauntlet to China on trade and security in the Pacific region. He said the US had taken decisive action to address their imbalance with China, but will not change course until China changes its ways. The stark warning will likely be unwelcome news to financial markets, who had hoped for a thaw in the Sino-US dispute, and perhaps even some sort of deal at a G20 meeting later this month in Argentina. Earlier, the Chinese president said protectionist actions were short-sighted and doomed to fail. Meanwhile, the America First policy was savaged by every world leader taking the stage at the summit, who together launched a stern defense of free trade and condemnation of the escalating trade war between Beijing and Washington. The US president's name was never mentioned, but it was no secret who was being addressed by representatives of the 21 Asia-Pacific economies. First, Malaysia's Prime Minister condemned trade wars between the major economies before Australian Prime Minister Halifax warned against throwing up protectionist barriers. But interestingly, or rather suspiciously, the Southeast Asian Coalition representatives remained fairly low in their presence, an unexpected move given their aggressive and politically audible rise. The Australian Prime Minister emphasized on free trade and how togetherness is essential for economic growth in his address at the CEO Summit. He also advised the Indonesian president a slight warning in regards to Indonesia's militarization and activities in West Papua. President Saleh took the message into account, and now that the summit is over, tensions and suspicions resume.
Все готово, Koše.
Это так, сэр. А зачем вы ждете всякого слова?
Sulawesi Budenemen, Bombardirovski, I transporti, pochodzi Jajesia, Kartoko, Tanki Bude Kakticja, Oj Nevenimni, Bombardirovski, Toże Gotow.
Ataka Papua New Guinea nas udalas. U nas jest. Prozneznownia telia dekania.
Karcielatelno, Ty budeš vybrali šocha, I dožný snad o frašeštských úzad.
Goto, oni?
Wechel, Erlandski aviator.
Miaj wieś. Z nimi prawlicka jazdiec. Jak oni mogli widzieć? Problem nie taki strom.
Z naszym flotem mi uvidam pobidu na etodros.
Очень хорошо.
When we lost the last war, I was certain Project 9 would fade away into the oblivion of failure. We would have indeed had it not been for our allies in the People's Republic of China. Through negotiating and understanding, they breathed new life and power into our force. In turn, our men engineered the revolution of alien technology and advances in genetic understanding in both humans and extraterrestrials alike. Now all we need is an alliance, a federation where we reign supreme. The Palembang Accord has finally solidified our coalition. Indonesia, Brunei, Malaysia, Myanmar, East Timor, the Philippines, and what remains of the Cambodian government have all pledged their allegiance. China will be our main supplier and political supporter. Further abroad, many African and Central Asian nations support our cause. Phase 1, Operation Red Storm, will finally begin. The annexation of Papua New Guinea, payback for the last war. We all have reason to be excited. This is where we will test our weapons of mass destruction, courtesy of us and Myanmar. We both received very generous exports from North Korea before it was destroyed, but our forces on the New Guinea front will only have one nuclear charge ready, stored aboard a Burmese frigate. So, we must use them with care. Our new submarine will be taking part too. This will be astronomical. Papua New Guinea will hold no prayer against us, especially not with the developing bioweapon project. Murder, revenge, is all we have left here. This constant experimenting has turned us, the men of Project 9, into something other than a human, greater than a normal human, but at the cost of being in severe pain from existing. Oh, but Oriol was different. He took it like a man.
Sto cete uczyni elice, Oriol. Kag mają źle swoje magarsza na drag. Serena, zelite neponowno zardite swój naslov. Sztuti dogolido już nie wod. Radem swój posał. Seguono ste byli drugiej momsi. Co je to było?
Efreszesz, mamo pozla.
Sada.
Da, idemo nakon obrany New Guinea.
Ale sadiem rak.
Da, często je noczu.
Tamo je malo oluja.
O zaforete, no равно daje prokleto oluja, to je prokleta toszka. Ovi momsi neci vedjete ni čuti ništa. Kad se sutra bodu probili, bit ćemo dominante vode.
Salut, nakadate nisam video toliko uzvođen.
Ne, Rosandek, zato neste bili tamo gde sam bile 90. godina.
This is Ghost 235 to Watung Watchtower. The drone has left Vanamo Airport right now. You will be getting live feeds soon.
Roger that, Ghost 235.
Oh my god. Control. There's a lot of ground vehicles approaching the border. They're gonna enter in a minute.
Ghost 235!
Oh my,
We're under
shots
fire!
are being fired! Shots are being fired!
Ghost 235, you are ordered to withdraw immediately. Set your plane to bug out and withdraw immediately.
What? We have the ammo. We can stop their advance.
Starship, you have no chance alone. Set your plane to withdraw to the carrier immediately. Papua New Guinea is under invasion.
Roger that. Ghost 235, bugging out. Returning to New Ireland now.
Long have I feared that this day would come. The coalition nations have launched a major offensive against Papua New Guinea, breaking through their border crossing and advancing down the highways. This is one of the few times when having our cities not connected is actually a benefit, because they are unable to advance much further. But it's time to get ready. For us, the die is cast. For a while, we had to conserve our fuel and weapon supply. Thankfully now, we can let loose again. This is my fighter jet. The Sukhoi Su-37 Flanker F. Cutting-edge electronics and thrust-vectoring nozzles give it unprecedented dogfighting capabilities. With this craft's backward-firing missiles and robustness, I've become the Arrow's top ace, the ruler of the Papuan skies, where downed men tell no tales.
This is Adler Valley Airfield, the well-worn but still durable base of operations for our Arrows of New Guinea Foreign Legion. Once a small base from the Germans in 1908, it was found and used by the Australians in World War II, and then left for dead like many other airfields around here. Then it was built and expanded by the World Alliance military and used in the Strokan War. When it ended, Strokan pilots like me would accept membership into the Arrows, and for the next 5 years, this base is our new home, or prison, depending on your view. Adler Valley is the ultimate in 1940s technology. Hangars and facilities are all generations behind in terms of design, but they've stood strong against the weather. Supplies are regularly imported from Australia, Israel, New Zealand, and more recently, Japan and Korea, though I'm not sure China's open to trading for the time being, as they're allegedly supporting our current invaders.
Good morning, Harpoon.
Sleep well?
Good morning to you, Killswitch.
And last night was horrific. We have an enemy invading our territory, a nationwide blackout, and a thunderstorm.
Looks like another adventure's about to begin.
Yeah, you make it sound so romantic.
My magic way with words, but it does beat that gigantic mutant spider we had to fight a while ago.
Good to see that you have your Strike Eagle ready again.
Of course, of course. So many rotten old parts have been replaced.
But not all of them. I saw the inside of your cockpit. It's a mess. I mean, it must drive your OCD mad.
Well, I've had to put labels on things corresponding to what I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, it can still fight. And my squadron is all geared up, so we're ready to take the fight to them anytime.
So, have you heard much about what happened to our guys in the Sepics?
Yeah, I did. The Coalition attacked in a coordinated and professional manner. They'd been planning this for a while. Command scrambled the local fighter squadrons. All 3 of them were all but wiped out.
What's up, gentlemen?
Blanco.
Good morning, Yakov. Is your Mirage ready?
Oh yes, my friend.
It's been extensively modified. Ready to bring the bastards down. My wingmen, as well as the Harrier, will have the MiG-23 brought in from United Korea. It looks like we'll be taking this fight to sea. The Postler Shipping Company's been all too helpful with their creations,
Let's just hope they can stand against an enemy fleet.
Worry not, we will have backup like never before. Our fleet is with ISAF, Australia, and New Zealand. This will be easy.
Jolly good, because I was about to say, our fleet still can't go 50 miles away from the coastline.
The subordinate island is even sending its new Dolphin-class submarine, the Midsummer Night. So, they want to be involved in the Pacific, do they? It'll be interesting.
Yeah, bro, but it might still be the biggest mission in our brutal and bloody service. If anyone's feeling edgy, only 2 more years to go. I don't get out for 3. If you guys leave, then I'll have to be the sole defender of Papua New Guinea at this point.
Let us focus on the task at hand, gentlemen. Besides, not everyone plans to leave.
I agree.
Drinks are on me once we're all done. We can do it.
We have no time to lose.
The alarm is any minute now. Let's get going.
Yellowhammer 1, taking off.
Sub-Zero.
Papuan Harrier flight, taking off. I'm Papuan Eagle flight, taking off.
Lass uns fliegen!
All helicopters inboard.
This is not a drill. All available squadrons scramble and head to Papua New Guinea immediately. You will be briefed mid-flight.
Railway squadron, taking off. Meteor squadron, taking off. Ghost Rider 1, commencing orbital insertion burn. Vengeance 1, taking off. And Terra Squadron, launching.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations. Repeat, all hands man your battle stations.
Flagship resolution to all ships. Prepare for combat.
Dauntless flight, launching. AWACS Solar Wave to all Allied forces. Operation Ascended Justice is a go. Your objective is to assist the PNG forces in repelling the invading fleet. All operation commanders, report in. This is PNG Control. Our forces are engaging the enemy landing forces across the shore. This is Yellowhammer. We're ready to regain air dominance over the region.
This is Admiral Cook of the battlecruiser Resolution. Our fleet is entering the operation area. We will engage the main enemy task force, while our fast attack craft squadrons will back up the New Guinea force in brown waters.
All forces, we have your assigned missions. Engage! There you are, Strike Force. Good
To fly with you. The enemy fighters must not be allowed
to back up their forces. Don't worry, Carmina. We got this. Railway Squadron, attacking! As one, boosting to radar. Mareka Desini. Hakukan Mareka. Cougars have hit. Structure destroyed. Meteor Squadron, targeting the enemy transports. This is the Mall team of the Special Forces. Our choppers are on approach. There's too many of them for our gunships along. Secure an LZ for us. Quickly!
Papua Eagle 1 to flight. Target the enemy ground forces surrounding our troops LZ. Roger that. All hostile air defenses destroyed. Chopper, bombers, get moving.
We've landed! Boots are on the ground! Go, go, go! Special Forces Unit Ares, move out!
All teams are on the ground.
Open fire! Open fire!
All troops deployed.
Contact,
Transport
other
place
side of the
departing the
lake.
holding pattern. All ships attacking.
Spread out! Flank them if you must!
Enemy MG destroyed!
Stallion 1, you are cleared to drop the troops and begin fire support mission.
Now! Go, go, go!
A block of the squadron. Back up our troops. They won't handle this alone.
Outback, this is Viper.
All men are on the ground and engaging now. My team is also on the ground. We're moving into the jungle.
Stallion, requesting support.
McCover the Stallion, that's some damn fine work. We're going in now.
One Eagle 1, Fox 2. Target down.
This is Viper to Outback. My team is Oscar Mike to our target location. Target young Prole. Son of a bitch, they've also got chopper support. Don't worry about that, just get us to our objective. Viper
Here, we're inside the wave breaker facility.
but we have heavy resistance. Over.
Great, more deformed Project 9 soldiers.
This place, it's a full-on submarine pit.
Look out, it's coming down!
The enemy submarine facility has been secured and destroyed. What's the next objective? Marines, soldiers, back up the PNG Special Forces in the Stone Fortress. They're under heavy fire. This is Samal. We've secured our location. Mirani and Sheraton, give me a sit rep.
We're inside the Stone Fortress now.
Airway to Solwave. Tally enemy helos approaching our ground forces. BT-003's got a chopper on them.
Don't worry, I've got something for him. Ha! No parlay.
Keep fighting, brothers. We have one more shot at this.
Cluster bombs away. You don't get off that easily. Shrapney's got him. Cow dandang!
The enemy is in full retreat. They won't get away now.
Did we do it? Command to all forces. Our teams have secured their target locations. Territorial integrity has been preserved.
Viper to Outback. Mission objectives accomplished. Moving on to the next phase.
Soundwave to all units. Operation Alpha and Bravo complete. The Coalition ground forces are in full retreat back up north and their air support is lost. Shift forces to Operation Charlie and target the enemy fleet. That was quite a sudden retreat, wasn't it? Not like the last time we fought. Something's not right.
Kami Dela Kehalangan Garastapan. Kira Misil! Kira Misil!
Get ready, we're entering combat airspace.
Skyfighter to Saturn. Go in. We've got you covered.
Bombers, spread out and attack targets as briefed.
Dust storm, roger. Hailstorm, roger. Our guys on the front line are taking the heat. We must not let them down.
Don't worry, once our missiles strike, our bombing run will be smooth and safe.
Look up there. It's Whale coming home from his bombing mission.
I've just halted the enemy reinforcements as advance. You're good to go, bombers.
Thanks a lot, Comer. Ita Antukun Yon Fitarima. Versiamla Untuk Menembak. Silap Dilanchokan. forces, emergency update. Coalition ballistic missiles are in the sky. Repeat, ballistic missiles are in the sky. Prepare for missile defense. Immediately. Ghost Rider 1-1, we're in position. Tracking 2 waves of 5 missiles each. First wave in 4th phase, second in 3rd. Moving to engage.
This is Resolution. My fleet is targeting the enemy missiles, but the enemy is on the offensive again.
Subwave to PNG Command. Continue with the mission. We will focus on the missiles. Dragon, report in.
Solar Wave, this is Dragon. Anchored over West New Britain to provide ABM support.
Dragon, you are cleared to fire. Target the closest missile first.
Roger.
Air squadrons, defend the fleet against enemy forces.
The enemy missiles are invading our defense. Dragon, shoot them down, quickly!
Wilco, fire in the sky.
Roger that. Target acquired. Locked.
Laser away. Enemy ballistic missile destroyed.
Maritime Battle Force and the New Guinea fleet are under heavy fire. Can anyone out there provide support? This is Starship. Target point reached. Commencing attack. Ghost Rider 1-1. Target acquired. Charging. Firing laser. Ghost Rider 1 to Dragon. We'll take care of the missiles in the upper atmosphere. You focus on the ones closest to the fleet.
Copy that, Ghost Rider. Missile down.
Activate our laser defense system.
Orbital laser defense is online.
This is Lacewing Flight. Moving to engage. Dauntless Squadron, engage fighters.
Taser, initiating attack. Common, commencing attack.
Normal, commencing ECM support.
The enemy light vessels are in close range. Fire guns!
Missile down.
Midsummer Night, torpedoes away. Let's prove ourselves worthy.
In range! Fire! Torpedo away! Torpedo kicking on!
Second hull, coming to go up.
Our fleet is attacking the enemy fleet! They have nowhere to run now.
Rendedat udal masuk. Kami tidak bisa bertahan melawannya.
Torpedo away!
Dauntless Flight, engaging. Targeting the enemy ships.
Teleco, engine is on.
Kami Telekala. Terapkan Maelstrom.
Tabituan.
Tidak punya pilihan. Tarik kembali sekarang.
Ya Laksamana.
Dragon, reporting Grand Slam. Repeat, Grand Slam.
The enemy fleet is in full retreat. At least what's left of it.
Midsummer Night to Resolution. We've detected an unknown device deployed by the Burmese frigate in the water.
What? I want that device identified now. Sebula Dete Kinga Detonasi.
Lacewing Roger. Deploying sonar. Looks like a depth charge. Narsagat! No, it can't be. Full right rudder. Full speed astern. was that? What the hell's going on?
Oh my god. No.
The Coalition has detonated a nuclear device underwater, likely a nuclear depth charge. We've lost contact with several submarines, and wait! Incoming tidal waves! All hands brace!
Tidal waves are coming! Get everyone to higher ground! Quick time!
The PNG fleet has been crippled. 3 submarines and the destroyer elevation were lost, and the Prairie and Santorini are badly damaged. The rest of the fleet has taken light damage, but we're still combat capable. Over. The subordinate island submarine has disappeared too. Salute to all squadrons. The
Coalition fleet has been defeated, but our forces have taken major damage. Allied reinforcements from Australia and New Zealand are now on station. You are cleared to head to the FARPs and resupply or return to the nearest tanker. We're away copies all, Solwave.
Bombers, we are at IP. Ground attack radar is on. Get ready to initiate bomber. Skyfighter to Saturn. You guys are clear.
Leave the fighters to our friends.
Wish we'd use that hole to get home too.
Things don't go always perfectly. Let them have it.
Radars coming over. Arms away! Arms away!
Alright, gentlemen. As soon as the bombs hit, we're getting out of here. Valkyries, back us up. I don't have enough time to check radar.
Oh! Lightning strike! Lightning strike!
Antares has been struck by lightning.
Calm down. Check your heart for errors. You'll make it alive if you don't panic.
The enemy's bringing in drones. We don't have enough weapons to counter them all.
I've got your back. Don't worry.
We're reading all targets destroyed. The enemy air wing has lost about 60% of their cutting-edge aircraft on the ground and the air. They'll never recover from that. Their offensive has ground to a screeching halt.
Nice work, bombers. Now let's get out of here before the weather gets worse. ISAF scum. This is no time to celebrate. We will crush you in due time.
Whenever there's a battle in Papua New Guinea, difficult decisions are always in order. That was some damn good flying out there. Not often do we get struck by lightning. I still don't understand why the Coalition would do this. This was such a brash move. I can understand those ex-Varapis wanting revenge, but why would the people internally support it? I wish I knew. The world is changing yet again. But this isn't the time for fighting, especially considering what's up there above us. Morpheus. Let's just hope our American allies pull off some crazy trick while they still can. Or else we won't be able to see what the world will change to be. Good night, George.
Now that was quite a victory for us today. Yes, they're not marching in any further now. Thanks to us, their progress is just like Project 9's evolution. Backwards. Absolutely.
But it's not over yet. Not by a long shot.
It feels stupendous to deliver them another round of retribution in the form of the good old 1-2. But our fleet is still disabled, and several of our fighter jets were shot down. Again. So we end up taking up a lot of punishment once more. Basically, it's down to mostly us again. Let's just hope we can still get bomber support for a while. We need to send them over the other side of the border. Even more so, we should blast their Jayapura base to pieces and send them running back to Jakarta and picking up all the weapons and vehicles and gold that they will leave behind.
Do not get overconfident, gents. If we walk into their territory, they may call in the Russians again.
Damn, you're right. Well, we do know for a fact that today is a good start. What's next? Area A6M? It sure is. If we must march to Jayapura, Jakarta, or even all the way to Beijing, if it's a fight to the very end they desire, then they shall receive it. I'll drink to that.